Schedule a free design consultation, and the more you buy, the more you'll save on blinds, shades, shutters, and more from Budget Blinds. Visit budgetblinds.com today.
Welcome back. North Battleford RCMP are investigating a break and enter that happened early Saturday morning. A man entered the business alone and stole several cartons of cigarettes before fleeing the store. Now, this is all the information that the police have provided us at this time. If you have any information about this crime, you're asked to contact Battleford's RCMP 306-446-1720 or Crime Stoppers. It's a day horse and sleigh enthusiasts from the area look forward to, the annual Cutter Rally. Over the past 11 years, the event has raised more than $80,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. Jeremy Thompson reports.
It's a game of chance and tradition. Teamsters from around the region gather once a year in Lloydminster to test their luck and show off their sleighs and animals at the Cutter Rally. Anytime during the day, entrants will hit the trail and make stops at 5 checkpoints along the way.
Out there, they're going to roll the dice at each checkpoint, and the highest roll of the dice after 5 rolls is the winner. Up for grabs, the choice between a custom harness, a travel voucher, cash, or this top-of-the-line sleigh all the way from Quebec. It's just a winter sport with the horses, and people enjoy it, and they feel good because they're giving towards cancer as well. All of the money from entrance fees, raffle ticket sales, and any donations will be split between the Canadian Cancer Society and the Prairie North Health Region. Kevin Phillips and his wife have been taking part in the rally for 4 years, choosing to enter with their miniature horses.
You can do just as much with the minis as a full-size horse. We've gone on different drives and rallies. It's fun and gets you out in the weather, and like wintertime sports, summertime sports. It's a lot of fun.
The day will come to a close with a hot meal and a live band. Jeremy Thompson, Newcap News.
For the first time ever, the small Saskatchewan town of Neilburg played host to the Vex Robotics Border Battle. High school programmers from the Round region came out to compete in the high-tech tournament. And as Jeremy Thompson reports, teams are competing for more than just pride.
The gym at Neilburg Composite High School is buzzing with motors, computers, and metal parts. Mariah Nattress and her team have been designing and building their robots since September.
It has a basic kind of chain lift that lifts vertically straight up and down. And then we have a claw attached to the end of it that'll move to pick up the blocks or the cone things.
The goal seems simple.
They're competing in a game called Vex Skyrise this year, where the students and the robots have to build skyrises using yellow cones, as well as pick up cubes, push them around, put them on posts.
It's kind of for fun, but also like it kind of tells you what you want to do. Like if you really like it, it may be something that you want to do in the future, like engineering or some sort.
But it's a lot harder than it looks. Eventually, the competition comes to a close, and Team Baking Robots from Vermilion comes away victorious.
It's generally a high school competition, and they're 12 years old. And they've been competing with the high school age students, and they've been keeping pace with them. So
they won 4 awards in total, including tournament champion, and are also on their way to compete in the World Cup this spring in Kentucky. But they say the glory of victory is only part of their motivation.
The biggest reward is probably the scholarships and job offers that you can possibly get.
Jeremy Thompson, Newcap News.
This week, back in 1990, a decision was made when it comes to language used in the Saskatchewan county. As Annika Notveit tells us in this week's edition of Retrospect, the RM of Mervyn went English only.
The motion that was carried this week says all municipal business in the RM of Mervyn will be done in English only.
That means that any municipal business through the office, through the RM, shall be conducted in English only. That means if there's anything of any anything to do with the municipality. If we're going to construct road signs, it shall be in English. If I'm going to get correspondence to the municipality, I will only answer it in English.
The idea was brought to the meeting by a councillor that was approached by a ratepayer.
I feel we did it because we were approached by a ratepayer that requested it. Council voted on it and it passed. So basically we're here for the ratepayers. So.
The people that we spoke to who live in the RM say they agree with the decision.
I think that's right, up in this area anyway.
Why is that?
Because there's not too many French people up here, so I believe it should be in English only.
I think it's a pretty good idea.
Why is that?
Because they're getting too much of this pushing down our throats.
Betty Johnson, administrator for the RM of Mervyn, says she doesn't think people living on these farms will mind the new motion that was carried this week. She says if they do mind, though, she's sure she'll hear about it. Krista Polishi, Broadcast Centre News in the RM of Mervyn.
The big news in the RM of Mervyn these days is a new boat launch. We have the current administrator, Ryan Dometer, on the phone with more on the project they hope to complete this coming year.
We're looking at developing a public boat launch, in which case anybody coming in from, say, Kitscoty or Lloydminster that's just coming for the day to go fishing, then they can use that public boat launch, and hopefully it'll reduce the strain that's on some of the boat launches that are in place right now in some of the hamlets.
Well, that's all for Retrospect this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Knotbait.